Hi guys, how are you doing? So today's pick a card reading is Do They Really Love You? So we've got three choices here. It is an intuitive read, bear that in mind. If you listen to a meaning of the card and think, what, that's crazy, that's why. Although I do try to avoid being crazy at all costs. Right, guys, if you'd like a private reading with me, it's £20, 20 minutes. Check the description box below. You get your reading in 24 hours. Yeah, that's it really. If you'd like to follow me or you're interested in my other channel, Spiritual Candy, all sorts of stuff to do with spiritual stuff and awakening, it's all in the description box below. So here we go with today's reading. Hi, number one. So, do they really love you? Let's have a look. What's going on here? Okay, there's a lot of cups energy here. There's a lot of emotion. On the whole, I would say, in terms of a yes, no, yes, we've got the victory and success. The only wand card here. It is a sense of yes. A definite yes, yes, yes. Victory and success. The name on the card says it all. There is a sense that it's been a bit of a battle, but you've got there. You know, you've got more work to do, but you're at a good place. We've also got a double six here, and the sixes are aligned with the lovers, and it is the sixes are quite a kind of peaceful energy. So I do feel like, you know, there's not a lot combative here. Everything is pretty peaceful and gentle. There is a sense of positivity. I do think that this person, if you feel like a bit kind of confused by this person's energy or whatever, I do think that they are very watery, very emotional people. This person, I think, has a tendency to kind of be a little bit overly sentimental, a bit emotional. They could be stuck in the past a little bit. You know, like, why are you, if they love you as much as they do, apparently, and if they are so sure about you, you know, probably if you were certain about that, you wouldn't be watching this reading. So it's like, well, why do you not know? Well, because they're probably a little bit, they could be with so much water going on. They could be a little bit hidden, a little bit mysterious. I also think that they are a little bit overly sentimental, a bit stuck in the past. They maybe are still dealing with stuff from the past. The Memories of Love card is definitely a kind of nostalgic energy. I feel with everything else going on in these other cards that they're kind of, their head seems not fully in the situation with you. This could be, though, because of this Page of Cups energy, they're coming across as very young. You know, the Page of Cups is, you know, a page is a very young energy. They don't need to be a young person, but this is a youthful energy. Of course, some of you will know who know tarot well that this is sometimes a proposal of marriage. So with this victory and success card, you know, don't be surprised. Maybe one or two of you will get a proposal of marriage. What I would say is, though, that with the Page of Cups, it does say, are you sure that's right for you? So I do think that if you do get a proposal of marriage, it is advisable to kind of consider whether it is right for you, because generally the Page of Cups is like, maybe it's a bit soon or it's not quite right at the moment. But for the majority of you, for most of you, the reality is you're not going to get a proposal of marriage. What you're dealing with is someone who does love you, but they're not articulating it very well. They're kind of a bit self-involved sometimes. Page of Cups, it's definitely very emotional, perhaps a little needy, or they're kind of a bit vulnerable, kind of a bit all over the place. Particularly with this Four of Cups and Six of Cups, I feel like, you know, they may just be a little bit much at times, a bit emotionally, a bit much. The Four of Cups, it's like you're trying to offer them the cup and they're just too busy looking at everything that's wrong, or they're kind of a bit, I feel this person is a little bit high maintenance, if I'm honest. They really feel high maintenance, but you know, they do love you. It's just they're kind of either a very, very sensitive, emotional person and or a little bit immature at the moment. They need to do a bit of emotional growing and maybe have a, you know, encourage like a bit more resilience in themselves. You know, they need to kind of grow a little in the emotional intelligence stakes sort of thing. But you know, so I do feel like you feel this is you and this is them a lot of the time. It's like, well, yeah, they, you're saying that they love me, but actually it's like, you know, hitting my head against the wall. I keep trying to offer it to them and they're just kind of too busy stuck in the past, because this is kind of like what they already have, and what they already have is kind of past, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like stuck in the past, stuck in, it almost could be like this, your person could be a little depressive even. I do feel this is a little bit, definitely emotional though. But yes, they do love you. They do love you. But I can see they are a little bit of a difficult person to manage potentially. But for some of you, you're saying, no, they're not difficult. They're just really emotional and I love it. So that's great if that's you. Thank you so much, number ones. I will see you on tomorrow's reading or on a private reading in the meantime. Hi, number twos. How are you doing? So, do they really love you? We've got 3 of coins, 7 of coins, Queen of Wands, Ace of Swords. Yes, 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 yes. I mean, the Ace of Swords is success, new beginning, cutting through things, triumph, you know, yay, we've got there. Success. Sometimes a bit of work, but, you know, there's definitely a yes here. New beginning, new start. Do they really love you? I think they see you as this Queen of Wands. The majority of people who watch these readings are females who identify with the feminine. And this is why I feel this. They're saying it doesn't matter. What I'm explaining doesn't matter. This is you. They interrupt me sometimes like, shh. Almost like, shh, don't say that. You know, sometimes my mind creeps in. Yeah, so they see you as this. They see you as someone who is very intuitive, very caring, very loving, smart. That they maybe look up to you as someone who is kind of inspired and tapped in. Perhaps you maybe feel like, well, I'm not really all that awakened, but maybe you're more so than them. But there is a sense that they feel you are stable, that you have quite a lot to offer, you know, and that they, you know, they feel like you are this feminine, very strong feminine energy. I feel like this is the divine feminine of the minor arcana of the court cards. So, you know, be aware of that. You know, this, if you identify with the divine feminine rising and all of that, then, you know, they see this in you. They see you as that feminine counterpart. If you don't understand what I'm on about there, just ignore it. It's not for you. But, you know, they do see you as their queen. They see you as, they see this new beginning. For some of you, you might be saying, well, that's not true. If that has not been the case so far, it might be because they are about to have some sort of revelation, some sort of breakthrough or realization, because this can definitely be the case with this Ace of Swords. It is a bit of a revelation. So I do think it's like truth comes out. So maybe, you know, this truth is coming out. This makes sense when we look, this truth where they see what you really are. Yeah, they're saying yes. Okay, the reason why you were kind of a bit unsure maybe when I described you here in their eyes, yes, they do love you. Yes, they do see you as a new beginning, but they had to have a bit of a breakthrough, and this has happened because of this. You know, 3 of coins, 7 of coins. You know, maybe your person is quite practical. They could be an earth sign, or they could just be quite down to earth or quite grounded, you know. And the reality is that they had to do this 3 of coins, which is this apprenticeship of working hard to kind of gain the skills. And I think that your person has been working on themselves or their situation in order to gain those skills, in order to move forwards. I think until very recently, if not still, you know, you're maybe still aware of this 7 of coins. This 7 of coins is someone who's stopped, who's paused, who's reflecting, who's not sure whether to pursue a situation or to turn back. It's that kind of like reflection and not certain where they're going to go. So I think this has been you, patience and then planning. You know, you've had to be patient in this situation, but for the majority of you pick number 2, they really do love you, and they are going to have this breakthrough. They're going to have this realization, something that enables them to kind of recognize you as this Queen of Wands. And a lot of it is down to them working on themselves and the situation, and actually letting them have this patience and planning time, allowing them to have this reflection time has actually helped. So if you still feel like you're stuck up here somewhere, let them work on themselves, let them have a little bit more time maybe. Obviously, for some of you, what will happen is you feel like this patience and planning just goes on and on and on. For a few of you, they're never going to move out of this energy. For most of you, that's not true. They will have a breakthrough, they will recognize you as this, and you will move forwards together. For some of you, you're saying, well, we're nowhere near this yet, we're still up here. If you get stuck here and it goes on and on and on and on, the slightly different message here is the Ace of Wands can sometimes be about having to cut the cords of the relationship. It may well be that you recognise yourself as this Queen of Wands, and after a certain length of time you think, I just cannot wait any longer in this situation. In which case you are free to cut the cords, and you will be successful in doing that. And this will liberate you and from this situation and enable you to be open to that love coming towards you. All right, but they do love you. I feel that that is the case here. It is a yes. So we've got 2 yeses so far. Let's see if number 3 is a yes as well. People won't be happy with that because they'll say, oh, they were all yeses. Anyway, see you on tomorrow's reading, guys, or on a private reading in the meantime. Hi, number 3s. How are you doing? So, do they really love you? Okay, right, so this is really strong because you've got double Emperor. This person is very powerful. Do you know, I honestly can't actually see whether this person loves you or not. I would suspect love is probably not quite the right word. This person is extremely masculine and or powerful. If it's a female, they just have that masculine streak, but they're very powerful, they're very strong. They could be bordering on a bit, because of the other energies of the other cards, they could be bordering on a bit controlling, tyrannical. It is the Emperor, the authority card. This is someone who likes to rule. This is someone who likes to be in charge. This is someone who is, you know, a very forceful, powerful energy. This could be a very chaotic situation as well. They're saying that the general energy of the situation could be like this. It could be that both of you, you and them, are forceful and powerful, and it could all be quite emotional and quite stirring, because you've got the Shadow card, which is the Moon, and you've got the 7 of Swords. So there's definitely some secrecy. Things aren't as they seem. It's all very kind of like smoke and mirrors. It's all very full on. I mean, so do they really love you? I think the problem is here that this situation has become like a power struggle. It's become so... I wouldn't be at all surprised if this was a 3 or 4 way situation, you know, where it's a love triangle or a secret affair or a secret something, because there's so much secrecy going on with the Shadow and the 7 of Swords. There's a lot of sneakiness, a lack of honesty. There's a lot of powerful, strong energies going on. I think the problem in this situation is that whether you love each other or whether there is love in this situation is really difficult to ascertain, because it's all got so intense and so complicated. So, you know, it's difficult to say here. I mean, it's rare for me to say, I don't really know, but I really don't know. There's no... I think it's going to be divided here. And I also just want to say, it's not really the problem. The point here is not really whether you love them or they love you. The problem is that this Emperor energy needs to be functional as it possibly can. So instead of being bordering on the tyrannical. It needs to be the positive side of the Emperor energy, which is very stable and calm and wise and grounded. It's because so much fear or secrecy or something has been, you know, is involved in this situation, that it's kind of like destabilizing this energy, I feel. So really what needs to happen is there needs to be some effort to kind of deal with this situation. So somebody, or the people in this situation, need to face up to their fears, have some honest conversations, you know, get out of their minds and into their hearts, you know, really ground themselves, bring things into the light, shine some light on this situation. That's the key, guys. If you've chosen number 3, shine some light, some love, some calm onto this situation. Face the fears. Don't keep running, don't keep hiding, don't inject even more secrecy or even more sort of dishonesty into the situation. It needs to be no games, no intensity, just kind of heart-to-heart conversations, some calming down, some dealing with the fears, and some sort of stability needs to be injected into this situation. If you do that, you will soon be clear about where the love is and isn't. So I hope that makes sense. That was a bit of an unusual one. Thanks so much, number 3s. I'll see you on tomorrow's reading or a private reading in the meantime.